Hello, friends. This is Sandeep Chatterjee once again. I welcome you all to my YouTube channel, which is Amazing Agile. Amazing Agile is always bringing some new topics, or good topics, or value added topics, which is very useful if you are going to start a Scrum project, if a Kanban project, or SAFe, or anything else. Not only that, if you want to appear for an interview, or you need to learn something, if you look at these videos, you will get some good tips, some value added suggestions. So today I bring another topic, which is effectiveness of sprint review meeting or demonstration. You can say it's a part of our ceremony, Scrum ceremony. Why and what is the usefulness here? So today I'm going to discuss why we need it, and not only in the Scrum project, but if you're going for a Scaled Agile framework in the enterprise level, how the sprint planning meeting or demo is happening. So let's start real quick. So why we need a sprint review meeting? Because we all are working in a agile framework or agile methodology in the Scrum project or Kanban project or Scale Agile framework, whatever it is at the project level or enterprise level. But the way of working is same. So what are the challenges or whatever we think here for the agile? One, we can see it that rapidly challenging market and technology and need a cutting edge, and shrinking the time to market of the product and increase the innovation demands from the customer. So these two main things where we are doing the agile. Need some info? Okay. Then you have to think about the mobile phone. Everyone love to have a mobile phone in your hand, or the latest technologies, no matter how expensive it is. But have you ever think that mobile phone is the one of the challenging product in the market? There are many device manufacturers are always leveraging with the software companies who are working for the apps and the new features for them. Take an example of the camera. The camera of the mobile devices are always getting renovated and bringing out new features. Earlier, it has only one camera at the back side. Then it came out in the front camera. So the people have started working for the selfie. So now selfie is becoming viral for the all over world. Now the megapixels are keep getting increased. Earlier, when it is invented, the megapixel was 2, 3, 4, 8, something like that. Now today, I am seeing that 48 megapixels camera is in the market, in the mobile phone. So it is much more than a DSLR. And the new apps, new features, everything. So earlier there was a one back camera. Now it is 2, 3 back cameras in the backside and focusing on the same object. So what are the innovation behind it? And whoever will bring the latest technology, latest feature in the market, that manufacturer will gain the business. They will capture the market. Their mobile device will be sold. So this is the competition is keep going on. And we, our software companies, are always working on these innovation technologies. So team collaboration and faster resolution, because we are in the rapidly changing market. We are always working for the customer day night and try to deliver them as fast as possible with their expectation, customer's expectation. So how the customer expectation? Because customer is involved in our day-to-day activity. If you're working in a Scrum project, then customers are within our project. If it is not a customer himself or herself, at least the representative, that is product owner, which is called the voice of customer. That means we are showing the demo always to customer. You are not showing the document. We are showing the demo how we are doing it, because it is a huge challenge that we have to maintain the customer's mental frequency with our requirements, and our customers' requirements. Whatever customer is exactly thinking, if you want to make them like this, we have to show them demo every now and then. So if customer is whatever thinking, if you are not making same thing, customer will be unhappy. Or it may possible that whatever the customer is thinking is may not be actually feasible, or may not be actually possible. So there is something alternate way which you can suggest. So whatever is this, so only demo to the customer can resolve this issue. So that's why the demo or the sprint review meeting is very, very important. So, and the Deliveries are in iteration and there is a fixed time box. We are all in the Scrum project or any other methodologies, any other frameworks, but there is a fixed time box. So either 2 weeks or 3 weeks, ideally, we have to deliver it. That means we are always in innovation, we are always in a firefighting mode, we are always in the work that we are satisfying the customers with this fixed time box and keeping the customer in the middle. Here we are using one methodology called empirical process control. So that is maybe a new thing to you. It is coming in the interview question. What is empirical process control? So this will clear you the significance about the sprint review. So empirical process control is like this. The agile is standing on 3 pillars. What are they? One is transparency, inspection, and adaptation. These 3 pillars are holding the whole agile framework or methodology. How it works? So empirical process control is basically a cyclic action between the transparency, inspection, and adaptation. Transparency, you know that it is a transparent activity. Customers and all the relevant stakeholders know what is going on. How it is being done? In the Scrum project through the daily Scrum meeting and burn down chart, ideally. What happened? We are in the cyclic action when after the transparency, when you are at the end of the sprint, we are doing a demo. So that is called sprint review meeting or demonstration, where we show the customer and the relevant stakeholders, business user, sponsor, that this is the activity you are doing it. Please take a look. If it is acceptable or customer likes it, it goes for the release, that is called product increment. And if it does not like it or needs some more tweaking or whatever, if it is need to be reworked, it goes back to the sprint backlog. So this is a cyclic action, and we know that this is one of the quality gurus called Deming has invented that plan, do, check, act. So it is the same formula being worked. Here we are just little tweaking the word plan, do, check, and action. So that is empirical process control. Now let's see how the demo is happening. The Scrum team demonstrate the sprint deliveries to the product owner, relevant stakeholders, that could be business owner, customers, dependent teams, who validates the deliverables with the acceptance criteria. Where you define the acceptance criteria? In our story. And also in the sprint goal. So it is done informally and done almost at the end of the sprint, and that is called the sprint review meeting. It is one of the ceremony. It is one of the mandatory ceremony. Remember it. It is generally happen in the last day or second last day. I'll recommend to have it the second last day, because if there is any minor change required which needs some hours, then there is a time at the end of the sprint. So it is better to have it the last day of the sprint or one day before if you have time, because we have taken some stories, need time to finishing it, so we may not be able to do it at the second last day. So people generally do the last day, but my recommendation is the second last day. Scrum Master facilitate the ensure that the meeting is scheduled to the all recommend parties and the logistics are arranged. How it is, let's say it. So how the sprint planning meeting will happen? So this is the meeting, suppose, and who are the parties? The all Scrum team. That means the stakeholders are the invitee, but the product owner, Scrum Master, and the Scrum team are the main parties who are going to show the demo. Here is the meeting room. Ensure that the Scrum Master has booked this room, and all the customers, SME, end user, business owner, even if there is a dependency, then dependency team, dependency product owner, everyone should be invited who is actually required, because everyone's input is very much required here. In the demo meeting, there could be many question answer session, anything happen. Make sure that this is a time box, so it's 2 hours, but it's too long. Could be 1 hour or less, but 2 hours is the maximum. Scrum Master does facilitate, arrange everything if possible, provide the uh, projector, anything if it is a in room, and if it is a distributed room, then ensure that the whatever the tool is using, Microsoft Team or Zoom, whatever, and all our parties are invited, they accept it, and ensure that they are going to join it. So that is the part of the Scrum Master to facilitate. Product owner is highlighting the demo. He is giving the sprint goal or overview of the demo, why we need the demo, what kind of demo, and what are the acceptance criteria that need to be verified during the demo. And then the Scrum team or product owner giving the demo. Here are a couple of things to know. This no formal introduction is required. Why? Because we all know each other. This demo is happening in every 2 weeks or 3 weeks. So there is no required to wasting time by giving a formal introduction or making a formal PowerPoint presentation. Just go and give a demo to the working software. That is the only criteria. Can identify new backlog item. Why? Because it is a brainstorming session. Remember, the sprint planning review is not only the demo, it's a brainstorming. There is a discussion takes place between all the relevant parties. So new idea may come up because they have given a demo whatever they have prepared, but it may not be acceptable fully by the customers or end users. So they can suggest something. Suggest can be different way. There may be a little tweaking. So if they have time, they can do it within the sprint itself and deliver. And if it may some time required, then it can generate a new project or new sprint or maybe a new story. So there is a scope is getting defined for the future. And it may happen that you can reprioritize the backlog by adding a new story, whatever. So since it is a brainstorming and there's a new value add suggestions may come up by anyone, so we have scope is getting changed after the sprint planning. So that is the significance. The demo is not the showing the demo whatever you're doing it. It is accepting by the customer. Customer is verifying that whether their requirement is whatever defined earlier in the and mentioned in the acceptance criteria is getting fulfilled or not. Not only that, it may happen that customer can tweak the requirement because changes is always welcome as per the agile method. So customer can suggest a change, customer can suggest for improvisation, or anything can happen, and based on that, the project scope, Scrum scope, everything can get changed. How it is being worked in the enterprise like Scaled framework, that means SAFe methodology. So guys, you know that we are working in the program level, that is called essential SAFe, where there are multiple projects set together. So do you think that there will be each project has one sprint review meeting? No, that is not the intent of the Scaled Agile framework. In the Scaled Agile framework training, we had seen that there is only one demo is happening. How? Because this is called the PI planning diagram. I took it from the big picture. You all are aware of it. After the PI planning, you know that there are 4 iterations are getting created for the 2 to 3 weeks long, and there are multiple team members are working together. So our things are going on cadence and synchronization method. That means all the sprint will start at the same time, all the sprint will end at the same time. So obviously all the sprint have the demo in the same time. That means one demo meeting per iteration. So if there's a 4 iterations, so ideally there should be 4 demo meeting. How it works? Here's a system demo, and who all the persons are doing it. We know that there are new roles getting introduced in the SAFe, that is the release train engineer, who is the chief scrum master. So he is going to facilitate the meeting. He will ensure that since there will be all team members will be there, maybe 200 300 people will be here in the meeting, because all the relevant team, all the product managements, architect, business owners, SMEs, so it could be 200 people at least, could be less, could be more, however. So ensure that if it is a room, the room should be bigger enough, or if it is a room come a meet-me line or conference bench, then he should ensure that the invitation is sent beforehand, and it could be done the way it is supposed to be. Somebody can join from the conference bridge, somebody can come to the room, whatever, and adequately the video conferencing arrangement should be done. In case of the distributed team, like the COVID session, we all are working from home. It is same as the Microsoft Team or Zoom, whatever, or the company conference bridge. Everyone can join through the camera and the voice and everything. So, release train engineers should ensure that everything is taken care of in advance. Now, program management. This is the new role. You know that whoever the PO or product owner is reporting to the program management. So, program management is the person who is the giving the highlight of the scope of the demo, and the PI objective, what I was getting done from the PI planning, and the acceptance criteria of the stories give the highlight. And after that, all the POs and the teams, they are giving the demo whenever their turns are coming. So it means that the release train engineer should maintain a schedule who the project will give the demo and what is the schedule. So he has made a proper arrangement and the agenda, and the whoever the parties is going to give the demo or listed as the list is sent in advance, and accordingly he is maintained the list, the person who is giving demo, and he is also maintaining the time box for each person, because our team is also limited this meeting with the 2 hours only or less. So though we are having multiple teams, but our time is limited, that is 2 to 3 weeks. So we are only having 2 hours maximum time for the completing the meeting. So release train engineer should ensure that. So guys, you can see that whether it is a safe or regular single sprint scrum, the way of giving demo is same, only the parties are getting increased. So I hope it is clear now how and the significance and how the sprint planning meeting happens. I want to give a very useful tips that after the sprint demo is successful, it is getting accepted through definition of done criteria. You might have heard this term at the time of the exam or time of the training. I just wanted to iterate it one more time. The why it is important, because there are the few checklists that need to be completed at the end of the sprint before it is accepted. What are those? That the acceptance criteria are made for all the stories, whatever is getting done. Code is reviewed with the team members. Test cases are written by the tester. Completed the unit testing by the developer, completed the integration testing by the BA tester, or user acceptance test is done by the customer, documentation is done by the customer, all the issues are fixed. So if there is any bug raised, ensure that the bugs are fixed, and demo is successful. So that is the last criterion mentioned, but without demo, a done criteria is supposed to be insignificant. So demo is must, because without the demo, the actual output is not coming up and the customer is not going to get the full satisfaction. So that is the importance, that is the significance, and that is the effectiveness of the sprint review meeting. I think I able to express whatever I wanted to say. I thank you everyone for your patience to hearing and seeing this video. If you like it, please give me a heads up or give me a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe my channel, because I am keep bringing a good useful videos for you, and ring the bell so that you will get to know whenever I am preparing a new video. Till then, keep watching. Have a nice day. Bye bye.